So you say, but what does that even mean? Our spirit or something? What if I don't want to? Wait, does this mean I'll live forever in the crystal? Okay, I'm on board. But I still get to watch some of my favorite anime, right? So, like, will I still need to poop? Look, I'm not planning on shuffling off this mortal coil anytime soon, despite the efforts of the Russian and Israeli intelligence forces. My watch pile is too big, after all. Ugh, yeah, that's something really annoying. I don't know why I committed to reviewing it. I know. But there's so much going on in the world now. I'm so preoccupied reacting to it. Shut up. I'm gonna have another drink and then get to it. No kidding?
Thank heaven for little girls. For little girls get bigger every day.
Hiya! Penguin Truth here, and it's time for more Otaku Evolution. Be sure to like, subscribe, and contribute to the Patreon. You know what science fiction concept I really like? Space pirates! I love them. Using space as the ocean, spaceships as seafaring vessels, and shady badasses as fearless buccaneers, the space pirate is something I really vibe with. In fact, I tried to write a novel about a group of space pirates. Never even finished the first chapter, but there you go. Ah, space pirates. Anyway, this video is about Space Pirate Mito, and it's really mediocre, and oh so annoying. Some anime are annoying, folks. Like, they exude an aura of lameness. Visually, audio-wise, story-wise, just in everything. I don't know, maybe the character designs, or the way the characters move, or the general art style. Maybe it's the energy of the show not fitting my own. Maybe it's the garish coloring, the sound effects, the character quirks, the repeated tired tropes and cliches. Perhaps it's not just one thing, but a combination of things. All I know is you can tell this one is going to be a rough sit just by looking at a promo image. They say not to judge a book by its cover, but oh boy, is it easy to do here. Yes, this is Space Pirate Mito, a really annoying anime. Space Pirate Mito was a 1999 anime by Triangle Staff, directed by Takashi Watanabe, who brought us the Slayers anime and Boogie Pop Phantom. It centers on Aoi Mitsukuni, a teen boy who discovers that his mother is actually a space pirate, and has the body of a child. Yes, his mother, Mito, had always been piloting a robot body that looked adult. Apparently, her species matures differently, which means that Aoi's father might have been on the Epstein list. Personally, I prefer the look of the robot body. Imagine dating that version of her and then getting the reveal that you've been lusting over a space loli. She looks like she could be Blackjack's assistant. Anyway, as you might imagine, all sorts of hijinks ensue. Mostly really rote ones.
I think we lost him. We should be okay here.
Good, I'm being...
I'm sorry.
Even though the title is Space Pirate Mito, Aoi is arguably the main character of the show. Everything hinges on his emotions, his motivations, his safety, his development. In comparison, Mito is a pretty flat character. Okay, Aoi is also a pretty flat character, but at least he has a journey. He's kind of this basic bitch school kid who just wants to be normal and have a normal mother and life with her. But we learn that he has some hidden strength in him that pops out every now and then. He starts up a romance with an enemy looking to draw out his mother, which is kind of cute, but flaccid. He's also a bit traumatized from an incident in the past, which causes him to make a big mistake in the present. Oh, and also at the end he turns into a girl. I mean, she turns into a... never mind. I'll mention that little aspect of the series in a while. Mito is the titular space pirate, captain of the Chunagun, and rogue royalty. In keeping with her childlike appearance, she's fun-loving, but kind of a bratty lady, preferring to dote on Aoi to captaining her ship, getting irritated at her wacky crew while also being kind of offbeat. Much like her crew, I kind of wanted to see her do more space pirate stuff. I respect her dedication to her son, but Devoted Mother Mito is not a show I want. I'd have preferred if she took Aoi with her on adventures, rather than the show farting around Earth with high school antics and the like. She really kicks ass when she's in a robot suit, though. It's too bad that's not her real body.
Onions, I'm chopping onions, la 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 la, onions and vegetables, I chop today, I chop onions and vegetables, and then
Minions of the evil Emperor Ranban, Mitsuki Nenga and her brother Matsuki are tasked with flushing out Mito by investigating her son. Mitsuki goes undercover as a classmate, slowly falling for Aoi as she learns how thoughtful and kind he is. Matsuki is desperate to restore the honor of the Nenga family and has an affinity for making objects into robots under his command. He's also afraid of cats, like his father. The dynamic of the two is one of the closest things this show has to an interesting storyline, as while they're constantly blundering, they eventually develop into well-rounded characters. It's too bad it takes several episodes, though.
You're free to go, little lamb.
Huh? I'm free?
It's the least I could do. You know, your dad used to say that if people would try...
Huh?
Just a little bit, we could all live in harmony.
You mean you knew my father?
Sure did.
The main antagonist of the series, at least in the first season, is the evil Ranban, who is determined to capture or kill Mito. I can't really talk about Ranban without spoiling a few things, but since this series is crap, don't worry about it. Beneath the black cape and helmet, Ranban wears the same robot suit that Mito does. They're vastly skilled, and unlike Mito, not held back by any real principles in their methods. We find out that Ranban and Mito grew up together, but the former took a dark turn. Ranban is somewhat ruthless in their rule, though they have some pretty loyal subordinates despite this. There's a bit more to the character, but I'll get into it in a little while.
I'm not here to gloat. I'm just here to see an old friend.
what you talking about?
Come now, we're not so different, you and I. We grew up together like siblings. What's wrong with a little stroll down memory lane?
That road's a dead end, Ranban.
Oh, don't be so cold. That fateful day we made our pact.
There are other characters, but they're kind of flat and unexplored. There's Mito's chief subordinates, tough as nails Sabu, and shapeshifter Shin. There's Aoi's annoying classmates, especially the bitchy girl squad that's always giving him trouble. There's Aoi's teacher, who is a teacher. There's this guy who in the dub sounds like a terrible Christopher Walken impression. None of them really make much of an impression, except to irritate me while I wait for more cool space pirate battles, and usually get disappointed. Maybe if they didn't waste so much time in this series trying to be quirky, they might actually have pulled off being at the very least dumb fun. But no, there's just a boatload of characters who don't matter in the slightest.
I awoke later only to find your dad, Colonel Nanga, standing above me like an angel.
Circling back to what I mentioned before about Aoi's change in Ranban, there's an interesting sex/gender dynamic in this show. You see, there is another quirk in Mito's species besides the childlike bodies. At some point, they're neither male nor female, and their sex is chosen or differentiated. Unfortunately, in Ranban's case, they rejected their differentiation ceremony and were removed from their royal position. Because of this, Ranban went mad and struck back at the royal family, destroying it and conquering much of the known galaxy. The situation is vague, but I get the impression that Ranban wanted to be male, but the differentiation ceremony would have converted them into a female against their wishes. This is why they have such animosity towards Mito, who got to be the sex she wanted to express. Ranban uses the female bodysuit that Mito does, but also a male voice when they're playing at Emperor. This is why I've chosen gender-neutral pronouns for Ranban. As for Aoi, he had to choose a sex in order to counter Ranban's ultimate weapon, apparently a quirk of Mito's computer systems, and in his haste chose female. This is why at the end of the first season, Aoi's female. And also why I have trouble with pronouns to refer to Aoi with. I don't want to misgender, but yeah, this is all really messy.
Please do not come after me. I'm going to find a planet where I can become a man.
The space speeder is missing. It seems that Her Majesty has absconded with it.
So yeah, Space Pirate Mito is super duper annoying. Just look at this shit. Seriously, look at how annoying it even looks. Now imagine watching 13 episodes of this crap. It's nigh intolerable. There's barely a story arc. There are almost no character arcs and themes. You've got to be kidding me. It's one of the most superficial titles I've ever had the displeasure of covering. Oh right, there's a second season. 13 more episodes. But since it's not dubbed into English, I ain't gotta do shit. Yeah, fuck it, I'm not covering it. You're lucky you're getting this much, folks. Apparently some of what I'm looking for is in these other episodes, but here on Otaku Evolution, if it's not dubbed, it didn't happen. For once, I'm glad a show didn't succeed in this market. Okay, so maybe I'm being lazy. Does this video come off as half-hearted? Because I promise, I did what I could with what I was given. Space Pirate Mito just isn't very good. It's exactly as obnoxious as it seems. I just wanted to have some cool space pirate antics. Is that too much to ask? Apparently it is. Anyway, that's enough Otaku Evolution for now. Next time we climb back into the Mercedes SSK of one Lupin III for a look at the best episodes of Part 2. Until then, see ya! Hey, you know your brother's in the Penguin Crystal? My what is in the what now? Apparently when a student of Pen Pen's dies, they go into the crystal. They had him cremated, dude. No, I mean like his spirit or whatever. His key. That's weird. Yeah, but I don't really buy into it myself. Pen Pen told me it, so he could just be making shit up. Hey, stranger things have happened. No. Stranger things have not happened. People don't go into gemstones when they die. Yeah, I guess not. But it would be cool if I could, like, live forever in the crystal. Being a celestial power, privy to secrets of the universe even Pen Pen cannot fully fathom? Sure, beats being worm food. Sure. Just stamp it on my tombstone. He went to be in the crystal. Quite the epitaph. Why don't we go ask Tim in the crystal? That might be worth doing at some point. Sorry.
You killed them. Murdered the Pokolistani soldiers.
No offense, but someone had to do something while you were playing spastic on the floor.